And this is things you might not have heard for the 26th of November, 2025. My name is Jacob Payne, and things you might have heard is a product of the Conversation Project, the overall news hub thingy of my More Better Media platforms. And for More Better Media, or it's actually for the Conversation Project, your home right now, headline news, information, and pop culture references that are worth chatting about. Today, 8 stories as always for a weekday. For a Wednesday, we're going to tell you right now we're taking off the next couple of days and maybe some hot takes and things here or there. But for the most part, we've got you covered for this Wednesday, and we're going to take some Turkey Day off for travel and family and friends as well. Now, today we're talking about some great news on a new gene therapy, some not so great news on a Tesla design flaws that cause fires, maybe. And if you're a Guns N' Roses fan and you like noise and like more music from Axl Rose and Slash, guess what? Slash, Duff, and Axl are coming back. New music and a new concert tour, plus 5 other stories that will hopefully get you into a great day. And we'll hold you off till Monday since we're not doing this again for quite some time. If you want to see more about what we do, it's very simple. Go to our website. This is theconversationproject.com. That's how it all happens. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, follow us on our feeds, follow us anywhere you can, and make sure you're getting our news coverage directly into your feeds by subscription. And if you want to help us out directly, go to the website and look for our partnership projects. Maybe join us on YouTube and possibly check us out. Our sponsors. Today's sponsor is one that will get you more engaged with the history and more things we think to talk about. It costs you very little. It is the website that we produce, a part of More Better Media, which is historyiseveryday.com. Now let's get into the history of today, things that already happened and things we're looking forward to happening a bit more of to basically be marked into our history going forward here. Let's get in that right now. First story is a developing story, but it's developing in ways that no one could really have imagined. Where the FBI is right now investigating and going to interview the 6 Democratic lawmakers who urged military to reject illegal orders, which is an interesting take on this right now because they're telling the people, members of the military, to do what they're supposed to do and reject illegal orders. Meanwhile, the administration is targeting them for saying that they're being seditious. It's a paradox that it can only exist in 2025. The FBI has contacted all 6 Democrats that were featured in the video. They're telling the service members to refuse unlawful commands, which is a step signaling towards a inquiry, maybe a real investigation on the intent of the actual video. The intent of the FBI is still sort of wavering. The outreach follows a Pentagon review following Senator Mark Kelly and a Trump post accusing the lawmakers of sedition, escalating political speech fight into a law enforcement one. The lawmakers argue that the message mirrors the Uniform Code of Justice, military justice, and duty to the Constitution. So expect investments into this one, interviews to test whether these incitements, if you will, are really bad things or they're just standard operating procedures, literally for specific operational context. Now, the editorial part about this is it's not the military going after this. Pete Hegseth has his targets on Mark Kelly right now. It's the FBI. The FBI is labeled this pushed, and they probably won't have any criminal charges, but essentially keeping the frame in case for any sort of actual sedition. Anything must be actually charged. Now, this is going to have some pretty big ripple effects across everyone in government because this whole thing should not be what it is. And that's even larger. This whole thing should not be what it is based on a whole lot of factors. But it is what it is. And the FBI is speaking not in full throated sentences, but at least saying they're checking into this right now. So that means something's going on and something must be handled, if you will. The man who was charged in the Colorado Planned Parenthood shooting has died while in federal custody. Robert Deere was charged in 2015 in the Colorado Springs clinic attack that killed 3 and wounded 9. He died in federal medical prison in Missouri. He had been long deemed incompetent to stand trial due to delusional disorder, contributed to his years of legal limbo. He hadn't actually had his trial completed yet because he keeps basically showing up as crazy, so they have to keep pushing it off. Local outlets are confirming the inmate records and the date death as November 22nd. Federal authorities cite natural causes of his death. Families and prosecutors are expressing frustration that the case ends without a verdict, not much of a trial, just because of the nature of the defendant going forward. No actual resolution to this one. The man dies in prison. That's fine, but doesn't die with a verdict basically saying that he was guilty of the actual crimes that they believe he committed. The FDA has approved a new gene therapy offering breakthrough treatments for spinal muscular atrophy. And so this improvement for Insuvi eh, Insuvinsma, which I'm told indefinitely, its actual name is osimerogene avortic totally messed up, for SMA patients, under 2 years or over 2 years, old, expanding gene therapy access beyond the what had before Zolgensma's under 2 indication. What's all that mean? Me butchering a bunch of words. What it means is this new, treatment, which is delivered via a single intrathecal injection, targets motor neurism with lower vector dose and weight-independent administration. What does that mean? The label carries hepatological warnings and consists of Zolgensma safety data and filings received by Fast Track, Breakthrough, and Priority Review. What's that mean? Means good news. Means a butchered story. Means something that makes no sense. But you can click the link inside of however you're getting this Facebook. I'm sorry, and learn more about this new therapy. This is great news for all of us on a week where the news has been a little iffy in some cases for some people. Expect a lot of payer policy updates to people who are dealing with these sort of ailments. And the ability to get to this one as it's now approved, it should actually go forward. It's probably extremely expensive, extremely hard to get in its current state as it's being brand new. So hopefully it'll be something that can be mass produced pretty quickly. And once we figure out healthcare this week, next week, eventually we can all get it in an affordable version. A lawsuit is claiming that Tesla's design flaws led to a fatal crash in Washington state. This new suit is against the Model 3 design flaws, including door handles and software behavior, which contribute to a fatal crash, putting Tesla's human machine interface back under the legal scrutiny that it gets in every so often. Plaintiffs say the car became inoperable after impact, trapping the driver. Tesla has not condemned the issue or actually commented for any details for this one specifically because of pending litigation. This case joins a growing docket where design UX choices, not just things like the autopilot in the actual cars, are central to claims. Watching for discovery for internal safety testings will be something that'll be very interesting. Apologies for that. Hmm. Try to hold back that one and apparently did not. So getting all choked up because we're taking a break for a couple days. We're gonna not do a Thursday, Friday edition of Things You Might Have Heard because we're just going to live our lives and enjoy ourselves and prepare for travel and family. So you get 3 days this week on purpose, not a missed thing, not a sick thing, not a overslept thing, not an overworked thing. But we're glad to have you for the 3 days we can, and we will do some things in between, maybe some TikTok, some hot takes, some things up there, some vertical things to get you through your Thanksgiving gobble gobbles as news doesn't stop. Unfortunately, news doesn't stop. But in the meantime, we need some time to sort of gather and get things going. We had a very great day yesterday where we talked about Campbell's soup. Oh, did we talk about Campbell's soup and the Boy Scouts or Scouting America and the changes going there? And we're seeing a lot of recovering for people who are gaining on those stories there. If you want more stuff like that, it's very simple. You just need to tell me what you like, and I'll give you more of it. Like this video, for example, and the algorithms will share with more people, and more people will get a chance to see it, and I'll know more people will enjoy it. So we'll do more of those things. If you have like-minded people that you want to share these things with, share it with them directly. And that way they can go ahead and engage with it. And if you're not seeing our content regularly in your feeds on its own, just need you to subscribe. You don't have to even hit notifications very often. Just subscribe so that every so often, as things get liked or as things get released, you are primed to see it pop through into your feed. And if you like us, watch us, like it again, and share it with more folks. Like, share, and subscribe to help us grow our coverage, grow our news nerd nation status, and just know that we're doing the right stories, right things for you guys most days. I can't say every single day because there are days we miss, but we try to produce something for you every single day because, as we said, news doesn't stop. It just sort of pauses and hovers for a while in many places. and we try to be there when it does. This was a big deal yesterday as a historic eruption of a volcano that's literally never erupted in thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, sending ash plumes across the Red Sea and causing issues for airliners and travel in the region. Ethiopia's Maya Gubi volcano erupted for the first time in recorded history, like ever, wafting ash up to 14 kilometers and pushing plumes towards the Yemen and Oman. Downwind impacts included precautionary flight cancellations and reroutes of Indian carriers as the plumes drifted east. Satellite and ground imagery show broad ash dispersal, and authorities expect conditions to ease within a few days. So, it's its first time, so it's got to kind of get itself under its footing and understand how it works as a volcano. So, as you see in the picture here, many people stopping and just engaging in the actual feat that it is. You never literally had, these things don't happen every day. They don't happen for thousands of years at this particular point. So it is something to see, a spectacle to behold for people in the region. This is a story that came out of nowhere, and it's gone so far, so fast. It's amazing. The missing Virginia high school football coach, who was, of course, noted for being on a unbeaten streak for football, is now wanted for child pornography charges. Virginia State Police obtained 10 arrest warrants for the Union High School's missing head coach, Travis L. Hunter. The 46-year-old has 5 counts of possessing child sexual abuse materials and 5 counts of using a computer to solicit a minor. Those are all bad things. The missing coach has been gone since November 20th, days before his undefeated team's playoff game. The search continues with drones, canines, and people just combing the area to see what's going on, deployed all over Wise County to find the man. Investigators say troopers were en route to actually speak with him on these issues when they learned he had disappeared. Turner is now considered a fugitive, with more charges possible because of this. School officials have placed Turner on administrative leave, despite the fact he's not even there, barred him from the campus or contact with students as criminal case and the manhunt continues. So if you see this man, please speak up and help people find this man so they can get this under control, get this wrapped up. There's the warrant manhunt craziness of it on top of the craziness of his disappearing. It just makes this seem like a totally bonkers story. Let's have this story end on as best note as possible, considering what we're working with right now. Let's try to find the coach. Let's try to find Turner and get this done in a very low key manner so we can have this over with. Guns N' Roses aren't over with you. They're announcing the 2026 North American tour with 20 cities on the docket, all ready to go to get really loud and really crazy with Slash Stuff and Axl Rose. Unveiling the world itinerary and North American dates for the tour with 2 new singles, new music along with it. Singles called Nothing and Atlas dropping December the 2nd. So 2 weeks or a week from now, or less than a week from now, you get new music from Guns N' Roses, which you probably didn't know you needed, and a lifeline of a tour coming up. Pre-sale windows are popping up, so the official page is there, so you can get in on the details. There'll be some more festival-style shows throughout the season, of course, some European dates happening as well. But right now, get ready for a pretty big 20-city North American tour. I can tell you a few years back in the last tour, Guns N' Roses played Little Rock, which seemed kind of odd. And they played it in a stadium, which also seemed kind of odd, but that's what they were doing at the time. And the concert was so loud. It's like if you bought a ticket, you wasted your money because people for literally miles around in the Midtown area, you could hear it from the mall in the parking lot and hear Guns N' Roses. And you'd probably see it from the video screen. It was that intense. If you're a big fan like I am, I'm not buying tickets, but you can big fan and get knowing that they're back on the road. It's a good thing. The fact that they have survived this long and doing all the things, and your youth is now classic rock and still really loud as well. Guns N' Roses hitting a tour. Check out the listing for a city near you, 20 cities in North America, and some world tour dates eventually on the docket. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Julianne Hough is going to work with her ex, Ryan Seacrest, on his gig. ABC has confirmed that Julianne Hough is going to co-host Dick Clark's New Year's Rocket Eve 2026, reuniting on screen with former partner Ryan Seacrest across split locations. So they're not going to be in the same place at the same time, but via the magic of satellites and the internet, they'll be talking to each other in their various locations. Broadcast plans a multi-city format this year, where Seacrest will be in Times Square. Ho will be paired with Rob Gronkowski, oddly enough, in Vegas. Additional co-hosts include Chance the Rapper and Rita Ora. Round up the lineup across time zones to cover the entire gambit of New Year's for this year. So it's not a real pairing up. It's kind of a cheat, but being that she's attached to Dance with the Stars and ABC, it works out well for the brand, and they are cordial. They're happy. They're fine together. It just so happens that they used to date. So nothing awkward, especially since they'll be in two different time zones. And of course, Seacrest will be probably freezing his butt off standing in Times Square, and Juliet will be hanging out in Vegas with Gronk, which is a whole nother issue of craziness on its own. What we talked to you about today were things that happened yesterday, day before, things that were history, but they're news because they're developing, going through right now. Every single day, though, I have a project called History is Every Day at historyiseveryday.com, and it allows you to get some history facts from the actual past, from a year or so ago or beyond that time. You can get reminders of things that happened or get some way to sort of validate things that existed by using our website, using our newsletter, using our video set to show people some things and kind of get a gist of what's going on. We have it in three different flavors, if you will, at our website. The first one is the everyday newsletter, History is Every Day. 12 news articles or 12 history articles of the day, plus 7 people who were born on this day, that day, whatever day, 7 people who died as well. This is a full gamut of history for you for the day. You can subscribe to it and get it in email form every morning. Your inbox about 3:30ish in the morning a.m. or on the live in the website as well. At the same time, we launched the podcast, the video podcast, which is a shorter version, but gives you 3 people born that day, 3 people who passed that day, and 3 history lessons on YouTube. This is the This Day's History video podcast. You subscribe to that one as a podcast because YouTube does that. And of course, just check out videos in your feeds. And we also have, although we're very, very delinquent on this one, and this one won't get redone for a while, um, our history takes. And our history takes is essentially taking a pinpoint in time, something going on right now, and kind of compared it to how things that worked in the past. Now, my greatest creation was the first one we did, which was how Ric Flair and Ben Franklin are basically the same guy, and that really had nothing to do other than the fact that Ric Flair was on TV one night and Ben Franklin was on TV another night. It's like, hey, this guy actually is the dirtiest player in the game. So that happened there. But things like we talked about government shutdowns, talked about quirky things with presidents. A lot of things happen in history that just seem kind of weird right now, but actually are real instances where history did actually rhyme and skip a beat sometimes in the past, things we should know about. So check it out at historyiseveryday.com. This will cost you very little because you subscribe to the newsletter via email for free. You watch it on YouTube for free, unless you want to join in and send us a super chat or something like that. And you just engage in the conversation like you do here and talk to us about things that may be quirky about the stories. That's it. Get yourself a little bit more smarter, a little more knowledgeable on top of the daily stuff we give you with news here. Check out History is Every Day for a bit of history for you, literally every day. Conversation Project is here for you every day. Things you might not have heard may not be here every day, but the Conversation Project is here with you online every single day at this is a conversationproject.com. Also, email version, we can chit chat there at the conversation inbox at gmail.com. And you can see us on Facebook and on X and on YouTube for this thing here mostly. Go to our website, find links to our podcast all over the audio worlds. Also links to our email newsletter as well. So get the links to the stories and details as well. You can see all those things and get your news to you in a various way. We think we're very good in the quirky sense of getting you a big wash of news stories that may not really fit into a tight headline news in the mainstream media, mostly because they're usually selling their own sort of agenda. And if you're not watching one of the widespread daily newscasts or even like the 6:30 news, if you even watch that anymore, you're not getting some of the bits and pieces that they want you to know about because it's informative. You definitely didn't get the New Year's Rocky Eve story because that seemed like a big one. We thought it was interesting, and you guys did as well. You guys engaged in it, so we went to that one. Guns N' Roses. Probably not going to be talking about Anderson Cooper tonight. Probably. I would put money on that one myself. So that's how we do our news run here. If you enjoy it, we want you to let us know so we can keep doing more of it. This is a labor intensive activity. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes resources. And so I need some help to do that. The biggest thing I need is knowing that you want it, you're engaging in it, you're enjoying it. So the resources I don't have can be pushed toward doing more of the stuff until the resources I hopefully will get soon, which hopefully you'll help me out with, will be there. So that wraps it up for this week of Thanksgiving. I want to thank you so much. I'm Jake living pain. From my family, my little folks that live in this house who are sleeping right now as I'm pushing this out almost at 6 in the morning on Wednesday. The family that's extended, the friends and the folks that help, do the little bits and pieces to make this thing happen. And just you as a News Nerd Nation person or pre-News Nerd Nation person. Maybe you're not quite with us yet. You'll get there soon. Thank you. Thank you for taking some time to engage with anything we've done over the past. This channel's actually been alive for like a decade. It's not quite as hot and heavy as it's been, but over the time I've been doing these types of things for literally over almost 30 years or so, in some sense, in some way. Thank you so much for engaging with me and putting up with me and encouraging me to get this far. Please, please, please. Hopefully, I'm doing well enough to encourage me to go a little bit further, do more better things. The actual goal, the actual sort of want from this sort of project is to have more engagement, have more people together, have more things going on where people have a shared sort of idea of information and be able to talk about things, even if they don't agree, even if they vehemently agree, they can actually have the conversations on the topics and some things that they're afraid to talk about. Hopefully, we're giving you a forum and giving you ways to see some topics that you may not have seen and have a forum to discuss them in ways that are cordial. And sometimes uncordial is fine, especially on this Thanksgiving where we expect to have some fights at dinner over some things happen. Although I hear there is a new sort of trend where smoking weed or having, THC based stuffings to help ease tensions at the dinner table. That's not what we have at our house. But in the meantime, enjoy whatever you have for the next couple of days, whether you do celebrate a Thanksgiving with family, a Friendsgiving with friends, or you just want to sit up and drink by yourself. Hey, you do you. We got you covered. We'll be back with you come Monday, assuming nothing's out of the ordinary to get into the news stories that have been covered. Lots of football for the weekend, but lots of things that will probably pop up that should not pop up because our administration and life as it is. And I do have a update coming probably on Saturday. Definitely something big on Monday because we are 30 days since the incident on health status and things we're going to do going forward. So if you're into those things, look for that coming forward. Love you. Mean it. Happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll join you again, Lord willing, frequent rise on Monday with another edition of things you might not have